Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, Vertical Data Inc. V.D.T.A. just filed a Form 8K reporting a change in their independent auditor, and I am seeing one key detail that matters. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. This filing might seem small, but it hints at bigger changes possibly brewing behind the scenes. Alright, let's dive into Vertical Data Inc. This is a Form 8K, which usually means something significant happened that the company needs to tell investors about right away. The earliest event reported here is the 23rd of June, 2026. This specific filing centers around a switch in their independent accounting firm. Think of this like changing your company's main doctor for financial checkups. So Vertical Data Inc. was notified that a firm called Simon and Edward LLP SIE acquired the audit business of BCRG Group, BCRG. This happened on the 15th of June, 2026 because of this acquisition. The company's audit committee decided to dismiss BCRG as their independent public accounting firm on the 24th of June 2026. At the same time, they decided to hire Citi as their new auditors. It seems like Citi will now be doing the same work BCRG was doing. Now, this next part is important. When a company changes accountants, regulators want to know if there were any major disagreements with the old accountants. The filing states here that BCRG's audit reports for the years ending the 30th of September 2025 and 2024 had no negative opinions, no disclaimers of opinion, and no qualifications or modifications. This is good news. It means there weren't any big accounting issues or disputes that the previous auditors flagged. The filing also emphasizes that in the 2 years before this report and the interim period, there were no disagreements with BCRG on accounting principles, financial disclosure, or auditing procedures that would have caused BCRG to mention them in their reports. This is a standard disclosure to reassure investors that the change in auditors is not due to any hidden problems. Likewise, there were no reportable events, which are basically significant issues that should have been reported. This section is a bit more technical. It says that before hiring SIDE, Vertical Data Inc. did not consult with SIDE about any specific accounting issues or potential audit opinions. This means SIDE wasn't brought in to get a second opinion on something tricky before they were officially hired. They are essentially starting fresh with SIDE, and SIDE did not provide any advice that was crucial in the company's decision, making process regarding accounting or auditing. This is also meant to show a clean slate with the new auditors. Finally, the company asked BCRG, the outgoing auditor, to send a letter to the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, confirming if they agree with everything Vertical Data Inc. has stated in this report. This letter is filed as an exhibit to this report. It's a way to double. Check that the auditor agrees with the company's version of events regarding their departure. This section simply lists the exhibits included with this filing. The key exhibit here is 16.1, which is the letter from BCRG dated the 24th of June 2026. There is also exhibit 104, which is the cover page interactive data file, common for electronic filings. And here we have the signatures. This report is signed on the 26th of June 2026 by Devon Soni, who holds the titles of Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Vertical Data Inc. Now, looking at this filing, it is primarily a procedural change. The company is switching auditors, and the report makes it clear there were no major disagreements. This is generally a neutral to positive sign, as it suggests no red flags were found by the outgoing auditor. However, this type of filing can sometimes be a precursor to bigger news. A company might change auditors to get a fresh perspective, especially if they are anticipating significant financial events or expecting scrutiny on their financial reporting. Vertical Data Inc. is in the technology sector, and recent headlines show them expanding into areas like edge data centers and AI, even opening an office in New Delhi. This suggests a growth-oriented strategy. The auditor changed itself, with no indicated disputes, doesn't tell us much about their financial health directly. We would need to look at their financial statements, which aren't detailed in this specific 8K, to understand their revenue, profits, or debt. What I am actually looking for is how this auditor change might align with upcoming financial reports. A new auditor could bring new insights or stricter standards which might impact how future financial results are presented. The fact that they are also embracing AI and new data center technologies suggests they are trying to innovate, which is positive for a tech company. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Check out the Discord in the description.